Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Today is
Thank you.
October 6th, 2025. It is approximately 9:04 a.m. and we are calling the Downtown Estacada Commission meeting to order. Want to go ahead and take roll call, please?
Commissioner Redmond,
Here.
Chair Fox Hames,
Here.
Commissioner Young,
Here.
Commissioner Cooper,
Julie Cooper.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. I forgot to unmute. I'm here.
Commissioner Randall,
Here.
and then we have Youth Corbin and Counselor
Here.
Tenbush.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. All right. Do we have any public comment online? All right. And there's nobody here. All right. We will go ahead. Did everybody have an opportunity to review the September meeting minutes? And if so, do we have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the September 8th meeting minutes as written.
Do we have a second? I need somebody online to second,
I
please.
second that.
Thanks, Julie.
Thank you, Julie. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Excellent. Meeting minutes, we'll adopt the meeting minutes as is. Okay, content for October, social media posts and e-newsletter. I'm assuming basically just this basic stuff that tree lighting first Friday of December. So we'll just run with that.
Yep.
Okay.
And a recap of Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
And we do have a new communications person. Hannah's program ended, so the city hired someone on, and I'll get you his email so you can send all of your content to him for.
Oh, somebody different than
Yes, different than
Stroll.
Hannah. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So Evelyn, is Andy the new is he going to start doing that kind of stuff for us?
Yes.
Great. Good.
So I guess my question is, let's back up a minute. So for those of you that don't know, John has stepped down. He went back to work full time. So he stepped down as of Friday. So in regards to social media stuff, are we going to be missing anything? Was there anything that he was really providing?
I mean,
Are
it's
we-
not being sent to me anymore. It was
Okay.
just being sent to Hannah. So if
Okay.
he had anything sent to her, she would have scheduled it before leaving or
Okay.
sent it on to the new person. So
Okay.
that should be covered.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't going to miss a beat on that.
Yeah, all good.
Okay, all right. With that said, we still need to provide this new person with information?
Yes, the who, what, when, where, why.
Okay, so is there anybody that is online now today? Is there anybody that would like to take over that responsibility? Okay, all right. Well, we'll
Hey,
address.
Sherry, could you
Yes.
I'm sorry, could you just repeat what the responsibility or the role?
Well, basically, it wouldn't be as intense of what Hannah Smith did because she was involved with actually doing the posts. So we don't have to do the posts. We have to provide the information to Andy now, so that he will be doing all of the posting for us. So basically, we would give him the information and we would give him any photos or any logos or anything like that of what upcoming events. So as Evelyn said, the who, what, where, when, and why of what we're doing. So for instance, the upcoming newsletter, we would obviously want to remind people that we have the tree lighting ceremony that would be coming up the first Friday of December. Obviously, we don't have Julie Colton here, so we're not sure as to what we're going to be providing. And we don't know. So we don't have all of the what, but we know where and when. Well, we don't even know where because we don't know if we have our harvest market. So we just know the when part as far as the first Friday of December. So it would just be that stuff. It would just be like making sure that the events, promoting the events that we take, that we host, that we are responsible for, and anything else that we wanted to kind of give props to.
And,
Okay,
and
so-
Julie,
so-
of course, people would communicate to you. The point is to have just one person. So like if I had stuff going on for whatever, I would communicate that to you rather than me going directly to Andy. So,
Okay. I was just unclear on how this individual would receive the information. So other
Yeah.
individuals in the community or organizations would come to that point, that person of
Yes.
contact, and let them know.
right. So Heather for Uncorked, the other Julie for tree lighting, it would all funnel through you.
Okay, I would be more than happy to take that role. I can handle that.
Oh, that would be awesome. Thank you, Julie. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Mhm.
that. With that said, I actually got some text messages from Hannah Smith while I was in Pennsylvania about the Oktoberfest on Saturday. It looked like it was a great event.
It was.
So Julie Cooper, were you ever interviewed?
No, I wasn't.
Okay. Oh, well, that's okay.
I was
That's
around all day too.
That's okay. That's all right. I did receive an email from the media, the PR people, that I had told you about that might reach out to you.
Mhm.
Evidently, so right before the event, the Oregonian, just so you know, there were two media outlets, the Oregonian and then Here Is Oregon. They actually, just before the event, they posted 15 things to do this week in Oregon, and the Estacada Oktoberfest was actually one of them.
Good.
So it was pretty exciting when I saw that when I came back on Monday. It was like, I was like, oh my gosh, we
Yeah.
made the top 15 events in Oregon, which was pretty cool. I mean, and to be in the Oregonian, that was pretty impressive. So, but go ahead, if Julie Cooper, what did you think? And
Oh my gosh, I thought it was an awesome event. I know all the vendors at first they were a little confused on the positioning of their booths, but eventually I think people got the idea where to walk. And to me, I think everyone that I talked to did very well. Including the businesses Mossy Rock, Unruly Coyote, the Spiral Gallery did well, the candy shop did awesome. So I think altogether it was a wonderful event for everyone.
do you think that was, when you said did well, you mean as far as the main businesses that are on there, they did well as far as sales? And do you think that
Yes,
was, okay,
yes, they
and
were
do you-
extremely happy. Yeah.
good. And do you think that was because of the change,
Yes.
what Connie had brought up as far as the change of how the booths were set up?
I really think so, because compared to last year, a lot of the businesses on Broadway kind of struggled a bit with sales, and this year it was fantastic.
Well, that was a good pivot on that, Connie, because that was,
Yeah, and I'll make a comment about that.
okay, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, well, to begin with, Julie, thank you so much because I had placed I just randomly placed vendors together and Julie saw two that were kind of having some conflicts, so she separated them. So thank you so much for that.
Oh.
And John and Tommy did a great job. We had about that much space from the curb to the booth. And I only had one person come up to me and say, my mother's in a wheelchair and she can't get off the curb. I pointed out, and I had to do this twice, that there's a handicap ramp in the middle, and then each corner has a ramp. That was the only one. So nobody got hurt. Like she said, the businesses were very happy.
Good.
Should I go on with the rest of
Sure,
the
go
recap?
ahead.
Okay. Definitely need to thank Orchid Health for taking on the pumpkins. We only got one crate of pumpkins, so they were out by about 2 o'clock. Our public works guys are just fabulous. They did a great job putting everything out, getting the stage up. Aero Sanitary really came through on the garbage containers and stuff, and Harvest Market, of course, for the pies and the pumpkins. Corbin did a fantastic job. He had 3 helpers from the school, and they were on litter patrol, otherwise known as garbage pickup. And
I like litter patrol better.
yeah, I do too. The place looked great all the time. So thank you, Corbin. Great job on that.
Good job, Corbin.
Hannah for taking on one of the kids' booths, and of course, John. I'm glad he said he's still willing to volunteer, because if I'd known he was going to step down, I probably would have had somebody shadowing him all day as far as the stage and hooking up and all that. So John was just incredible. We had 17 vendors. And then in addition to 6 booths that the DEC had, we had, according to the library, 719 people. They keep track of people that walk by and all that stuff. But it went well. The weather was great. Next year, we are going to have all our alcohol vendors meet ahead of time to make sure everybody knows what to do. We had a little bit of a conflict, but we got that worked out. Bill from Boring Brewing just did a great job of getting all that situated. So food vendors were good. We had one back out at the last minute, so we had Urban German, the lobster guy, and then a food truck from here in town that did tacos and hamburgers and stuff.
Anybody run out of food this year?
No,
Good.
no, pretty sure they didn't. I didn't hear that they did. So again, it was great. Weather was great. The music was good. I still need to get a better handle on getting some papa music. And figure out maybe some way to get speakers so that music and announcements carry on down the street. I'm not sure how to do that yet. But it was good.
Excellent.
Thank you, everybody. Public Works guys, amazing.
Can I
Excellent.
add one more thing?
Sure.
So I don't forget, we always have one vendor that sells out every year. And so I had a few vendors complain that she did break down, I think 2 hours early. So I think next year, if she does apply, we should place her maybe at the end of the vending, so if they do break down, I have an issue with people breaking down early to begin with,
Yeah.
but it's gonna happen. And this one vendor, they have broken down this year and last year because they did sell out, but I think we should move them, to instead placing them in the middle of where the vendors are, moving them towards the end where it's not as disruptive, I guess would
Yeah.
be the best word. And I don't know how
Okay.
everyone feels about that, but I feel that no vendor should break down in the
Yeah.
middle of the event. I think it's
Well-
rude and disrespectful.
On
Yeah.
the application, you do have that they have to stay until.
Yeah, that's
the
what
end
I
of the
thought.
event.
Okay.
Okay, well, for 2
Okay.
years in a row, this person hasn't, and
So,
I adore them, but
following-
it's an issue to me.
Okay. I'll
I
make
agree.
sure-
So
yeah.
one thing that you guys can do is encourage them to, for them to stay around is they can, if they're if that's what they do, whatever they're selling on that particular day, if that's what they do, they can take orders. Even if they sell out all their product, they can continue to take orders and then fulfill those orders after the event. So that's something you can encourage. For a reason for them to stay around is they can take orders from anybody that comes up. Of course, they're not going to be able to fulfill those orders right then, but they can you know, take those orders if people want to do that, and then they can fulfill them after the event, you know?
Julie,
Yeah,
can you send me an email, and Connie an email of that vendor?
Was it the flower lady?
yes,
Okay. Okay, yeah, and when I called each vendor, I should mention that. I reminded them about setup time and where to check in and having the weights on all their pop-ups, but I'll remember to add that to my discussion items next time.
Yeah, because
Thank
I
you.
thought we had discussed this before and they were
Yeah, I
to
think we
stay the
did.
whole entire time,
Yeah,
regardless of whether
Yeah.
they sold out or not.
Yeah, I could maybe edit the application to make it more prominent.
Okay.
Maybe it's just getting missed, but I
Okay.
do
we
believe it's
didn't
the
open up the
application.
street so they could drive in, but yeah. Okay, got it.
Packed it out during the middle. It was rather distracting.
Okay,
Okay,
Good.
thanks, Heather. That's unfortunate.
well, I think it's on me on that part, so.
Well, that's okay. I
wasn't
mean, it's
firm.
on the application, so.
Yeah,
yeah, it's definitely not you, Connie. I just think it's the vendor and they need to be more
okay,
Aware.
aware.
Yeah,
So
I
they
think that too, just even a simple like, hey, just you have to leave it until they can close. You know, and hang around. You know, everything comes down rather fast. I think we were out of there by like 7:30 or 7:45.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
it's a-
do like what Jerry had said, even
Yeah.
if, even if she's out of product, she could put up a sign on her table or where, however she was set up. She
Mhm.
could put a sign that says, for online orders, please visit da, 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 da. And then that way, I mean, yeah, you're bummed because you're not getting what you want right then, but oh, it's like, oh, I have the ability to go ahead and
Yeah.
order this online.
Or they could have you know,
form.
a picture, like a picture book showing what they do, and then people can, you know, fill out a form right then, and then that order can be fulfilled at a later
Right,
time.
very good idea. Very good idea.
One more thing, we started cleaning up at 7, we were done by 7:40. I made an announcement when the last band was up saying, if you're sticking around, please help us fold up chairs and tables.
Oh,
We were
nice.
out of there by 7:40.
Wow.
It cleaned up
good
so
job,
fast.
community.
It was good.
Yeah, I drove through on my way home from work. I think it was like 7:20, and it would already looked like it was, because I was gonna, if there was still stuff going on, I was gonna stop, but it was all,
The weather was perfect.
yeah.
Great day.
All right. Anything else on Oktoberfest? Anything just anybody want to add or what they enjoyed? Anything? Well, good job, everybody.
Yeah.
I can say that, you know, all the people, you know, and it's only been a couple of days, but everybody that I've talked to that made it to the event had an amazing time. And they said that it's gotten so much better. Talked to a couple of people that have been every year, and they said that it's just gotten so much better and so much better as it's gone on. So I'm really proud of you guys and excited to see where
Thank you.
this event goes.
Just want to get some more music, more.
I was just gonna say that last band that you had on, Connie, was so good and fun. It was really great.
Yeah,
Yeah, one of the other things too, the lady that came a couple of months ago to our, in person to our meeting, she had a booth.
The faded
The
event.
faded events, yes. She brought up a really good thing about what, creating a pin that would be specific to Estacada, where, because there are some people that go to different Oktoberfest events and then they trade pins. So maybe that might be something that we want to create and then sell those. I don't know how the t-shirt sells. I mean, we could still sell the t-shirts, but maybe sell a pin for like $5.
she did have a booth and she sold alpine hats and
Yes.
other Oktoberfest type of pins. Good
Yeah,
idea.
But
Good
if we
idea.
had something, I don't know if we want to put like the Estacada logo with, that says Oktoberfest, and I don't know if that would be something that we would want to I actually want to put the year on it. I mean,
Maybe I'll reach out to her and get her suggestion because she obviously has other pins.
yes.
And if you need an artist to create that, Vincent, he's a former member of the Estacada Arts Commission. He does the map. He does a lot of artwork for the Arts Commission, and so the map of Estacada on there. No, it's the bingo card thing.
Oh, okay.
He did all the artwork for that. He's really good. He's a local guy. And he'd probably do it for free. I think they force him to take a gift card or something, but he's a great guy, and his work is amazing, and he's I can't remember his last name, but I know his name's Vincent. He's a former
Yeah.
Arts Commission member, but he still volunteers and stuff. So
Yeah, it definitely would. Do you remember how big their pins were?
I can reach out to her.
Okay, because it would be cool if we could have something that represented Estacada, but then like I don't know if it would be appropriate to have like a beer stein, something Oktoberfesty.
the lager in Lederhosen with the beer stein would be amazing.
Okay. Okay, yeah, something, yeah, either like the blue and white checkered something or other, and something that says Oktoberfest. Like I said, I don't know if we necessarily want to put the year on it
No,
because we
no.
would want to be able to use
No.
them year after
Yeah,
year.
that's
You
a
don't
great
put
idea.
it-
So, but I was like, oh my gosh, too bad this is coming to us so late, because I thought that would be
Good
really,
idea.
really
Yeah,
cute.
yeah.
Yeah, see, all these ideas are just going to make the next year's event that much better. And, that's what, at least myself, from the city council aspect, that's what I want to see. Is I just want to see, like, this event is becoming a staple event for the city of Estacada. And that's the kind of thing that I want to see, like what Parks is doing with one of their runs, turning it into a certified
Right.
marathon qualifying run, that type of thing. That's what I want to see for the city is, for these commissions, is to make your event a staple, make it something that, people come out to every single year. And that's what this event is turning into. So
Yeah.
We
I-
need to get a couple more beer vendors too, so that's on the agenda. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I had a gentleman right before I left. He had emailed my city account, and he said, oh, I really would like to participate. And I was like, oh, I think I emailed you. I said, just to verify that applications had closed. And I said, oh, no, applications already. No, he just it was just a general. And but I had told him, I said, well, applications open next year at this time. Make sure you get in early because they go quick. And so I was like,
There were a couple volunteers that were on that list that they want to come back next year.
good.
So,
That's been a good list so far.
well, I called about 20 and 3 responded.
Oh, well,
Yeah, but still 3 is better than none.
that's the list that you gave us. So
Yeah.
we've been using that
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good deal. Awesome. Well, we're looking for those pins. I think that'll be a great
I'll call
little
her.
addition.
Yeah.
All righty. All right, moving on. We do not have Julie Colton here, so I don't know.
I do have a comment about the tree lighting.
Okay.
My Santa, all the nerve, he's gonna go to St. Thomas. So I'm looking for another Santa. I have a
Okay.
lead on a couple.
We did, yeah, I don't know. Did I send it? I think I
Yeah, he
sent it
wants
to you.
$300.
Okay.
So I've got a couple, Courtney and Samara know people, so I'm gonna see if we can find. And he just totally forgot that he was supposed to be here that day. He's going to St. Thomas instead. I think it's very rude.
The audacity.
The audacity. Yeah, so anyway, I've got a lead on Santa, but I know Julie's gonna take it on, but time is short.
Yes, time is
They're gonna
very
get the
short.
tree, get that stump in the ground and all that.
Yeah, and are we
so,
still having it Harvest Market? How is that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Heather, how are plans for Uncorked for next year?
We are just trying to get through the Best Dam run before we really dive headfirst into plans for Uncorked. But it's certainly a topic of conversation.
Okay,
Just not much has changed since last time we talked.
okay.
Are you gonna set up Uncork the same way that Oktoberfest was set up or similarly, or is it just too different?
No, I think we probably could. Don't you think, Heather?
Oh, yeah, I totally think so.
Yeah.
And I can give you the list of vendors. But once the
Excellent.
word gets out, I don't think you need to worry. We would have had room for some more vendors, but we filled up the space pretty well and we didn't know how stepping off the curb was gonna work, so I think you could probably handle 22 vendors.
I think that if it was, if the brick and mortar businesses benefited so much from the setup, I think that it would be smart moving forward to,
They did.
yeah.
Wednesdays over doubled what we did last year this year.
Wow, great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
But we had some really good vendors at Uncorked, so I don't
Well, and
want to
we
push.
did have 22 vendors, so
Yeah, because I had to allow so many spaces for the DECs. I think I had 6 DEC spaces. So if you take the 17 vendors that we had, add 6, you got 23.
okay. And you
Oh.
think there was room for more than that or not?
You don't want to, I think you could get maybe as much as 25, but you know, yeah, you have to see how it works out.
Yeah, I would. You had some really good vendors at your event last year or earlier this year. I
Mhm.
really enjoyed the charcuterie lady.
This is so random and I don't, like, we have not talked about it anymore, but there was a question of whether or not we could move the event to is it Veteran Boulevard that's right there in front of US Bank where the clear field is next to the post office?
Really?
We kind of talked about it afterwards. And again, this has not been heavy conversation, but we were thinking about just different ways to lay things out and different spaces that we could use without having to shut down the street, et cetera, et cetera. And that was an area that we kind of talked about, like, would it be fun to set up in the grassy area over there? I don't know. Anyways, like I said, not much conversation has went on around it, but it was something that we talked about afterwards.
I would say no, only because you're then further away from downtown, and the whole point of the Downtown Estacada Commission is to encourage business downtown.
I'm wrong. Veteran Boulevard is across the highway. I'm talking about right in front of US Bank and the post office, whatever road that is.
You're still taking away from downtown, getting people to walk from. It needs to be a really honest discussion on that, but that to me just sounds like Sherry said, we're taking it away from downtown. And that Broadway is Estacada's living room, so.
Yeah.
And the event is on the weekend and what's the bank open 9 to 1? Post office is closed. You're not really,
On Saturday.
yeah, there's not anything happening there. Yeah.
I
All
can't
right.
remember why we even were talking about it, honestly, but maybe it was
Yeah.
partially because of cars driving it up or whatever. I have no idea. Anyways, like I
Right.
said, not much conversation into it.
Okay.
Turn it into a parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
That might have been the reasoning behind it, was parking. I don't remember, but anyways.
Is there anything that we need to order for your event next year that we were talking about that we needed more of?
I don't believe so. I have a list of things that we talked about though.
Okay.
And I do need to call still, some of the other events just to see how they deal with the token stuff. I kind of feel like we should just keep it how we did this year. But just in lieu of having to handle money so differently or refund people or,
Right.
maybe we could actually make a competition out of it. This year, we didn't have enough time.
Right.
But I think it would be fun to have people, you know, put a token in their favorite wine tasting, especially if we get more wine vendors this year. So
Yeah.
we definitely do, like, immediately after Christmas, want to start reaching out to vendors because they book up super fast for other events.
And Heather, I'd be happy to coordinate all the porta potty stuff for you.
Excellent. Yes, that really,
And-
really was helpful.
Yeah. And then we've already got Aero Sanitary on board to give us some more garbage
Excellent.
receptacles. So we're
And
good
if
on
we
that.
can, I might need to pick your brain, Connie, about music too, and where you borrowed the stage from, and
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Youth involvement?
Yeah, this is something that Connie asked to be pushed out. You
Yeah,
wanted to
I did.
discuss ways to involve the youth more. So I put it
Well,
on this agenda.
it's still something I'd like to pursue as far as reaching out mainly to the high school, maybe junior high, because these are the kids that are going to be stepping in behind us, and we need to find out who wants to get involved, what they would like to see as far as activities, events in Estacada. So I don't really know where to go with that yet.
I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
Corbin. Are you there? Corbin?
Yep, I'm
Yeah.
here. Sorry, I'm making tea right now.
Okay. Do you guys still have like, this is like really old
Student
school.
council?
No, do you have like pep rallies and stuff? Like where the whole student body gets together, like in the gymnasium or somewhere and whatever?
I
Talk
think
about,
so.
you think so?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. I'm wondering if maybe like we could, a couple of us could go and introduce ourselves and say, hey, just
Yeah.
like a 5-minute presentation,
If that long. Yeah.
just to like say,
Yeah.
hey, this is a volunteer opportunity. We're always looking for volunteers. We're also looking for people.
What do you want to see?
Yeah. I mean, that way there's at least a face out there
Yeah.
and they know how to get a hold of us.
Yeah, I did reach out to the National Honor Society. One of my friends is the president, and so I did have him do a quick little presentation and tell everybody like my contact info.
Oh, nice.
And I have access to that. And there's not a lot of motivation from them is what I learned. But yeah, I can reach out and ask about a pep rally potentially if there's one coming up.
Very.
Another idea, just throwing it out there is, getting with the high school, talking to the high school about, maybe setting up a booth in the commons area. Just for a few hours on a day, and
yeah.
then when the
Yeah.
students are, like right before lunch, when they're
Yeah.
milling around, they can stop by the booth. And during, I know they don't have a lot of time between classes, but, set up a booth, where you can be there before school starts, and then, between their,
Well, we
at
could
the lunch periods.
have a questionnaire at the same time, what do you want to see happening in Estacada for youth? And that's a
Yeah.
good idea.
Rather than putting it on someone at the school to do the work for us, set up a booth to where we're there on the ground doing the work.
Yeah, yeah. I can reach out to the school to find out what we would need to do as far as filling out a form to say we want to be there and what time and stuff. Okay, good.
Awesome. Thanks,
Thank
Connie.
you.
All right, quarterly report.
Just need your volunteer hours
Okay.
by this Thursday.
Okay, thanks. All right, everybody, volunteer hours by Thursday for July, August, and September. Make sure you get those to Evelyn. Jerry,
I don't really have anything to add other than what I've said, that I'm really proud of you guys and what you're doing with your events. And every single event is just getting better and getting better. And I've heard nothing but good things about the energy from this committee and the willingness to just dig in and get it done. So kudos to you guys for everything that you do and being who you are. We're really happy with you guys.
Any update from city council? I know Melanie had a booth at Oktoberfest, and they had a lot of people stopping by to see about the development, what's going on with the wastewater plant.
I'll probably be talking to her a little bit more after this meeting, but I haven't talked to her since, so I don't know how that went.
Okay.
I wanted to go back to Oregon Main Street. We have an event coming up
Yeah.
in Albany,
Yes, it's next week, or is it this week?
and we have Heather and Wendy signed up for that, and we're good to
Yes.
go? Okay.
Yes.
And we have not yet seen the 2026 calendars.
No,
Oh.
it has not come through yet.
Okay, all right. Just a reminder that, there are 4 in-person events that normally last between 2 and 3 days that we, as a committee, we need to participate in person. So, just make sure to remember that, we do need to participate in those. And, everybody needs to participate.
I have one more thing to say. If you know anybody that's interested in filling any seats on any of the committees, but especially this one, anybody that would fit, that would, come in with the same type of energy that y'all have, recruit. We need volunteers. We need people, filling these seats for all of our committees, but, let's get somebody else in here as soon as possible to fill the seats.
All right, next meeting agenda.
Comment.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Thank you, Jerry, for that. And I'm excited about Heather getting on court going again, because that was a very important event. And that will keep getting better every year. Just a couple reminders for people. The Chamber fundraiser auction is this Saturday at the community center. We still have some seats available. If anybody wants to go to that, let me know, or go to the Chamber website. And then the Festival of the Fungus is coming back November 1st at the high school commons. So that brings about 500 people into Estacada. So good.
And will you be giving all of those to Andy to post?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then again, just thank you to everybody that helped. The weather was perfect. Okay.
Awesome. All right, so next meeting agenda items, basically everything that's on here, just take off Oktoberfest recap.
Sounds good.
Awesome. All right, it is now 9:43. Downtown Estacada Commission is adjourned. Everybody have a great week. See you next month.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you guys.
you.
Bye.